Hello Metroids, welcome to another update. My name's Trent and I'm the CEO of Metrix Coin. Well Metroids, October 2020 has certainly been a massive month for Metrix. We have 4 new exchange listings as well as some new partnerships to be announced. Today what I'd like to do is introduce you to one of our new partners who's actually a long-term Metrix holder. The man you're about to meet is the CEO of Afro Foundation and the founder of Coin. What I'd like to do today is introduce you to Mr. David Nataf. Now, unfortunately, due to the time restrictions, David's in London, I'm in the Philippines. As it's becoming light in London, it's getting very dark in the Philippines, and it's getting too dark for me to record. So, unfortunately, for the last 3 days, David and I have been trying to hook up so that we can get a video meeting happening. What I'm going to do instead, rather than have any further delays, is I'm going to ask David the questions now, and he's then going to watch this video, and then I'll ask David if he can answer those, and then I'll play this video for you, and then play David's video. So what I was going to say was good morning to David, and David was going to say hello back. But what we might do is just get on to the actual questions themselves. So, David, if you wouldn't mind, you might have to make a few notes on these questions, but I'll just try to punch them out here, and then if you can give us a reply, that would be fantastic. And I really apologise it's got to be done this way, but unfortunately, life goes on. So let's get into it, and we'll see how it works out. So, David, firstly, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to have a talk to us about the telecommunications behind Coin. But prior to talking about Coin, I thought let's start with Afro Foundation. If you can tell us a little bit more about why you set it up and what you've achieved so far, I think that would be a really good start. So, question 1 is, can you tell us a little bit more about Afro Foundation?
Hello Trent, I'm David Nataf. I'm the chairman for Afro Foundation and founding member. Thank you for this interview. I'm very happy to confirm that we tried since 3 days to make this kind of talk together. But given the time schedule in Philippines and Portugal, it's absolutely impossible to find the same working hour for you and me. So I'm happy to confirm what is Afro Foundation. Afro Foundation is a non-profit organization. We call it NGO. And this NGO is based in Geneva. It got philanthropic topics and targets. And we are working very hard to have all our targets reached this year. First was the potabilization of the water. Second is to have a currency which will be a stable coin, which will help all Pan-African ambition of the continent without being hostile to existing currency and fiat currencies.
Now, let's go straight to question 2. What I'd like to do is dig a little bit deeper. We've now heard about Afro Foundation by the time everyone hears the answer. So can you tell us a little bit more about Coin and how the telecommunication model actually works?
So the blockchain of the Afro will serve not only as a currency, it will serve also as a public registry for the proof. You know, recording the proof when you are sending, for instance, registered letter, or if you want to have pre-existing proof of intellectual property, such as music, or if you wrote a book and you want to have the anteriority of the manuscript of the book, then you need to register it. You need to record it in a place where everyone can see who is the owner and what was invented and when. So this proof of the content, of the author, and with the right date, this is what the Afro is serving also in some governments who adopted the blockchain for the proof. Currency is already adopted by some governments for public missions, such as registered letters with certified delivery, and it will be adopted also by other countries which want to have an alternate currency when sometimes you have a very high devaluation of the local currency, then you want to have an alternate currency which is not existing fiat one. For this reason, the Afro will serve as a model, as a standard, as alternate currency for the African countries. As an example, there's a partnership between the Afro and the Post of Ivory Coast, which is a public governmental organization, member of UPU. UPU is the Universal Postal Union that sets all the laws and common laws and legal framework for all the postal authorities. And we will serve as the Afro, will serve as the public registry for the proof of the content of the letter, the date of the letter, and who is sending and who is the addressee. So this will, in the COVID's time, will substitute the former system which oblige you to go to the postal, to wait in the line, and to give your letter, and then you don't want to be in contact with the virus. So we provide this registry of proof, which will enable anyone to have a proof of the correspondence, a proof of the letter, when it was sent, to whom, and what was in the letter, which legally gives all the proof to the parties in a court of law.
If you could help our Metroids understand the basic process to get involved, what do they do to get involved? Is it simply going to the website and buying a SIM card? I'll leave that one for you to answer. And what network does the telecommunications currently run on? If you could just go into that one for us.
Regarding the partnership with Metrix, it's very easy. The first stage, you will be able to top up your SIM cards, as well the immaterial one, the eSIM, but also to buy the card with Metrix, and then all the fleet of users of Metrix in the second time can be operated by our friend Trent from Metrix, so that it will serve your own interest to have your own fleet and, you know, administrate all your subscribers, can be rewarded, can serve also to send currency from one wallet to another wallet, from a SIM card to another SIM card, so it can also serve as a means for payment.
Well, Metroids, I hope these questions have been good enough to get a really good understanding from David. I'm sure David will elaborate a little bit if I've missed out. In fact, David, if you wouldn't mind, if there are questions that I haven't asked that you feel would be well worth answering, if you wouldn't mind just asking yourself the question and giving us the answer, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, it's true to say that we have a very long history with Metrix, since it was called Linda. In fact, we invested in, I think, 2016 in Linda Coin to have a masternode, and since then we've been staking the Linda coins that are now considered Metrix. And I must say that at some point it just served my family and I, because that was really rewarding, and we always trusted the team. All the guys who were working there were really reliable, always helping. That was really a good team. So now that we know that Trent is a new CEO, we are reaching a new level with this partnership, and we still believe and more believe that we can achieve really good partnership between the LEA coin, Afro Coin, and Metrix.
So hopefully everything's gone well. Hopefully everyone's been well educated on this after you see David's responses. If there's a way that we can actually meet up and do this together very soon, we will. I'm sure the lightness will change in the Philippines fairly soon. David is travelling a fair bit as well, so maybe once he's in a different location, we can make this work a little bit better. Metroids, once again, thank you very much. David, personally, I'd like to thank you for this partnership and allowing our Metroids to take advantage of these telecommunication needs as well. Till next time, that's the end of this update. Thank you, Metroids. Keep hodling those bags. Out for now.